Good morning. How are you? It's so good to see you. We'll sing and be happy, 'cause we're all here together again. Good morning, boys and girls. Thank you for coming back. We are in a brand new week. It is Monday. We have a brand new unit. We're in a whole new teacher book. We have 2 new sight words. We have a new essential question. We have new vocabulary words, new stories, and we have a new letter sound. Now, it is a letter that we've already learned. It's just a different sound this week, okay? So, just like always, we are going to start with our calendar. I want to explain why my backdrop looks a little differently. I am in my garage instead of in my backyard. I wish I was in my backyard, but the weather is a little questionable today. Miss Ball records a few days in advance. When you're watching me, it might not be bad weather. It might be beautiful and sunny. But right now, as Miss Ball is recording, it's really cloudy and really windy, and I was just afraid that all of our things would blow across the yard. So I'm in my garage, so that's why it looks like this, okay? Hopefully later on this week I'll be back in my backyard because it's much prettier, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and get started with our calendar. Now, we are still in the month of April. It is the very last week of April, okay? So we are down here, way down here. Look at how many days we've gone through. You guys have been doing this whole learning at home thing this entire month. I'm so proud of you. Moms and dads and grandmas and grandpas, I am so proud of you. Look how far we've come. Okay? All right, so we are going to count all the way down here, and as always, we are going to start at 1. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Look at that. Look at that 27. What does the 27 look like? What does that look like? It's a 2 and a 7. What does that 2 represent? What does that 2 represent? It represents 2 groups of 10, right? 2 groups of 10. And what does that 7 represent? 7 extra ones. Very good. Alrighty, so let's take a look up here. Yesterday was Sunday. What does Sunday start with? S, and S says S. Very good. Yesterday was Sunday. Today is Monday. Monday starts with what letter? M, and M says Yesterday was Sunday. Today is Monday. Tomorrow will be Tuesday. Tuesday starts with what letter? T, and T says Very good. All right. Here we are. April 27th, moving right along. How many days are in your week? 7. 7 days are in your week. Let's sing them. Days of the week. 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 There's Sunday and there's Monday. There's Tuesday and there's Wednesday. There's Thursday and there's Friday. And then there's Saturday. Days of the week. 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 7 days in your week. How many months in your year? 12. You want to sing those? All right. January, February, March, and April. May, June, July, and August, September, October, November, December. These are the months of the year. Now let me show you something funny. We are in the last week of April, okay? So we're going to do all of these days, but looky here. Friday doesn't have a number. What in the world? Why doesn't Friday have a number? There's only 30 days in April, and we've got our 30 right here. What do you think is going to happen on Friday? What happens when we get to the end of a month? we go to a new month, right? There's Friday. Found him. Now what's our new month going to be on Friday? May. But let's get through April first, okay? All right, we do have a new essential question. Here is your new essential question. It says, how can you help out at home? And our concept this week is growing up. Growing up. How can you help out at home? Now, during our last Zoom meeting, when we got to sit down with each other and catch up and talk, Riker actually talked about him cleaning his room and making his bed. Do you think that answers that question? How can you help out at home? Making your bed and cleaning your room? Absolutely. I think that is so helpful, especially when it's your room and your belongings, right? So I'm going to tell you a little secret. Make sure Mom and Dad aren't listening. All right, I'm going to get really close so you can hear my secret. Do you remember when we were talking about honesty and how if you don't like something Mom cooks for dinner, you tell her, "Thank you, Mommy. I really appreciate you making dinner for me, but maybe next time can I have a little extra of the corn because I didn't really like the meat, but thank you for cooking for me." Do you remember when we talked about that? Remember? And we said that mommies and daddies would love that so much more rather than going, "I don't like this." Remember? Okay. So here's my secret for this week when you're helping out. Go clean your room before they ask you to do it. And here's why. Are they listening? Tell them to go away. Say, "Miss Ball has a secret." Going. Are they gone? Okay. Moms and dads are so busy, especially now working from home, that the last thing they want to do is have to worry about cleaning the house. So, I bet if you do it without them asking, that'll give you a lot of points. Okay? So when we get done here, go pick up some toys. Okay. All right, parents, nothing to see here, just teaching your children. All right. How can you help out at home? All right. How can you help out at home? It's time to take a look in our teacher book. Let's take a look what they want us to do today. They have for us a few vocabulary words. All right, let me pull them out so that way we can read them and do our turn and talks with the people who are in the room with us. Okay, here we go. The first word is the word chores. Say chores. Chores are jobs you do to help out at home. One of my chores is setting the table. Setting the table is one of the chores or tasks that this little boy does every day to help out at home. Chores. All right, so here's your turn and talk. As always, if there's someone in the room, you can turn and talk to them. And if there's not anybody, then get your reading buddy and tell them, okay? All right, so here's your turn and talk for today. What chore would you like to do at home? You know what? I don't like that question. What chores do you do at home? Because you should be doing chores, all right? So turn and talk. Talk to the person in the room or your reading buddy and tell them what chores you do already at home. Go. All right. Okay, so some of my chores, we divide up our chores at our house because you know Miss Paul has so many kids, right? So on Thursdays is kind of our cleaning day. So Harper has to vacuum because he's the biggest. He has to vacuum all of the bedrooms. And then Colson, who's the next one, he has to vacuum the living room and the toy room. We have a toy room. And then Harper also has to sweep or vacuum the kitchen. And then Emery, who's number 3, has to mop the kitchen. And they also have to take the trash out on Mondays when the trash runs, or any time the trash can gets full. Harper and Colson have to take the trash out to the trash cans. And then Colson also wipes down the refrigerator and the oven and the dishwasher every Thursday because it gets sticky fingerprints on it. And then Emery helps wipe down and clean the bathroom. Because as you can imagine, 4 little boys sharing a bathroom, it needs cleaning. And then Mommy and Daddy, me and Mr. Lance, we take care of the dishes and the laundry. And then the boys help us put the laundry away. So we all have our fair share of chores. Baby Brant, he is just asked to kind of pick up toys and put them away before all of the vacuuming and mopping starts, so we don't vacuum up their toys. So hopefully, if you don't have chores already, that gives you an idea of what you can do, okay? You guys are about Emery's age, so I think you could totally, with Mom and Dad's help, mop the kitchen after it's been swept. And if you don't do that already, you should ask. Emery actually really enjoys it, so try it out. All right, so our next word, you ready? This one's a big word. Contribute. Say that. Contribute. Contribute. Say it. Contribute. To contribute is to give something or help someone. I contribute at home by cleaning my room. The child is picking paper scraps off the floor. She is contributing or helping at home. All right, so here's your turn and talk. How do you contribute at home now that you are older? Now that you are older, how do you contribute or help now that you are older? Turn and talk. All right. So just as I said earlier, how my boys help out now that they're older, the older they get, the more responsibility they have. Their chores honestly started out as them just feeding the dogs and making sure the water bowl was full. Harper's been doing that since he was probably in kindergarten. And then the older Harper got, we gave him more responsibilities, start taking out the trash, start rolling the trash can out to the road, check the mail. I would never expect you guys to do that, but maybe once you get into 3rd, 4th, and 5th grades, that's easily something you can help around and contribute at home, okay? Moms and dads, we're a busy people, we're a tired people, and it's super helpful when our kids can pitch in and help, okay? All right. I'm just so used to being in my backyard, I can't find anything. All right, we are going to open up our brand new book here. See the picture of the little boy? How can you help out at home? Helping out. How is this child helping out at home? Peek around here and see if you can see him. Yeah, okay. All right, what is he doing to help? Yeah, he is helping unload the car. You can kind of see back here, Mom and maybe it looks like sister. They're unloading the car. It looks like they went to the grocery store. So it looks like he is helping out by carrying in groceries. That is absolutely one way you can help contribute at home. There are always bags that you guys can carry, bags of bread, bags with chips, bags with just small things in it that you can help carry inside. That is so helpful. If your parents are like Miss Ball, I do not like making multiple trips to the car. I try to carry it all in at one time. I don't know why. It doesn't make sense. But if you were there to help, it would be much easier than carrying 15 bags at once. You guys could carry at least 2, right? Okay. Let's keep going in our teacher book. You know, Mondays are always a little bit longer than the rest of the week because we're introducing all of these new things. All right, we do have a big book this week, and we have actually read this big book. Back when we were talking, oh goodness, I can't remember what we were talking about. I think it was during one of our character ed activities, and we were talking about being helpful, or goodness, I can't remember, but I do know that we've read this book, Peter's Chair. But we're going to read it again because it's such a great story about helping out at home. Now, before we get started, Peter's Chair is a fiction story. And what does fiction mean? Not real, right? The author made up the words and the story. The characters are not real. There's one name, so he is the author and the illustrator. So he made up the characters, drew the pictures, made up the story. It's not real. It is fiction. Couple words that you're going to listen for while I'm reading. Say arranged. Arranged. When you arrange something, you put it in order or you straighten it out. You're arranging things. All right. Say fussing. Fussing. We know what that means. Like when I tell you guys to quit fussing. Well, this, the way they're using this word fussing is moving things around for no reason. So if I were just to move my book and move my marker and move my phone, and I'm fussing around. There's no point in me doing that. I'm just doing it to do it. So that's me fussing. Not the same as when you guys, you know how sometimes words have different meanings. That's one of those words. All right, and the last word is the word muttered. Say muttered. Muttered. When you mutter something, you say it quietly. Like when I muttered to you how to be helpful at home. Muttered. Okay? All right, so listening for those words. Arranged, fussing, and muttered. Okay? All right, so looking at the cover here, here's the title of our book, Peter's Chair. It is written and illustrated by Ezra Jack Keats. All right? And since this is our first read, it's not our first read because we read it before, but our first read with our teacher book, we're just going to read it straight through. Just read for enjoyment. Okay? All right, here we go. Peter stretched as high as he could. There! His tall building was finished. Crash! Down it came. Shh, called his mother. You'll have to play more quietly. Remember, we have a new baby in the house. Look at Peter looking. Peter looked into his sister Susie's room. His mother was fussing around the cradle. That's my cradle, he thought, and they painted it pink. Hi, Peter, said his father. Would you like to help me paint Sister's high chair? It's my high chair, whispered Peter. He saw his crib and muttered, My crib! It's painted pink too. Not far away stood his old chair. They didn't paint that yet, Peter shouted. He picked it up and ran to his room. Let's run away, Willie, he said. Peter filled a shopping bag with cookies and dog biscuits. We'll take my blue chair, my toy crocodile, and the picture of me when I was a baby. Willie got his bow. They went outside and stood in front of his house. "This is a good place," said Peter. He arranged his things very nicely and decided to sit in his chair for a while. But he couldn't fit in his chair. He was too big. His mother came to the window and called, "Won't you come back to us, Peter dear? We have something very special for lunch." Peter and Willie made believe they didn't hear, but Peter got an idea. Soon his mother saw signs that Peter was home. "That rascal is hiding behind the curtain," she said happily. She moved the curtain away, but he wasn't there. "Here I am," shouted Peter. Peter sat in a grown-up chair. His father sat next to him. "Daddy," said Peter, "let's paint the little chair pink for Susie." And they did. I think last time we read this, I made sure you guys knew that Peter was a little rascal for ignoring his mama. We don't ignore our mamas, especially when they call for us. Okay? Promise? Okay. Alrighty. We will read that story again tomorrow and talk about it a little bit more. Alright, are you ready to hear what your new letter sound is for this week? Oh, you know what? Before we do that, let me introduce you to your 2 new sight words. Here's a new sight word. You can actually sound this one out. Help. 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 You can help around the help around the class. Help around your house, right? All right, and then you know this word, to. It's just another spelling for to. Now, this to, okay, remember we talked about this to means like going to the store, or this gift is to you. This word to means also. I like pink too. I like cookies too. So as well or also. It can also mean a lot. So if you say, "I ate too much." So that's one of those words that has multiple meanings, and it's really frustrating, but that's the word too, and you'll learn how to use it correctly as you grow up, okay? Just know that it's the word too, and then it can mean also or a lot, okay? All right, now I'm so excited to teach you guys your new letter sound. Okay, let me find. It's not as organized in my garage as it is in my backyard. Okay. All right. So, we are going to talk about our vowels and how they make a second sound, okay? The vowel sounds you've learned already. a, I, and those are what we call our short vowel sounds, okay? Now, our vowels also make what we call a long vowel sound, and that is when they say their name. A, E, I, O, and U. So, A can say a, and A can say a. E can say e, and E can say e. I can say I can say I. O can say ah, O can say o, and you can say or you can say you, or ooh. You actually kind of sounds like ooh. All right, so the first one we're going to do is the letter A. So we know that A says a and A says a. Now, how do we know when A says his name? I'm going to teach you. So, I'm going to write a word. Okay. And you're going to sound it out just like normal. Normal short A sound. All right, sound this out. At, mat. Now, if I wanted A to say its name, I'm going to add this friend over here. All right, so you might hear it different ways. He might be known as a sneaky E. He might be known as a super E. I like to say that he's a helper E. Okay? So, what happens is whenever the E gets added, he helps his other vowel say his name. So, helper E says eight, mate. Now, why didn't I make that S sound? Here's why. When you have a helper E, I always say for vowels, the first one does the talking, the second one does the walking. So the first the first vowel does the talking, the second vowel does the walking. So he doesn't say anything at all. He is silent. He is a silent E. He's just a helper for that first vowel. Does that make sense? I know, it's hard not being right in front of you. All right, so let me show you a couple more examples of what I mean with that helper E. All right? So we're going to sound this out just like normal. Nothing fancy, nothing crazy. Sam. Now, watch what happens. I have a helper E. Doing this upside down. Sorry. All right. So I have my helper E. Oh, y'all, that is so messy. Let me fix that. Y'all know I can't do that. Tried to write it upside down and it just didn't work. Okay. So we've got our helper E. The first one does the talking. The second one does the walking. So now if he's going to talk, let's read this with him talking and him walking. You ready? Aim. Same. Okay? I'm going to write a couple and I'm going to let you guys practice just where you are. You're going to practice right there in your house and then I'm going to help you out. All right? Sound that out. All right. Now I want you to sound this one out. All right, did you get it? All right, so the first one is cap, like you wear a cap on your head. The second one, remember, the first one does the talking, the second one does the walking. So he's going to talk. Are you ready? Ape. Ape. What's the word? tape. Did you get it before I showed you? All right, let's do one more. Let's do one more. All right, here, ooh, this is a good one. Sound it out. All right. That's my air conditioner, I'm sorry. So instead of hearing my dogs barking, you hear my air conditioner cutting on. All right. The first one does the talking. The second one does the walking. All right, sound this one out. Add. Mad. He's going to talk. Ready? Aid. Aid. What's the word? Made. Very good. Very, very good. All right. All right, I'm going to read some words. I'm going to read a set of words. And you are going to tell me whether the set of words is long vowel, which is where they do the talking, or short vowel, where it's just their normal sound that we already know, okay? And these are all either long A, which says A, or short A, which says A. All right, so you're going to tell me which one. Long A or short A. All right, here we go. Same, bait, lake. Do you hear the A sound or the A sound? Long or short? Long. Aim, b, ate, l, ache. Long vowel. All right, ready? Cap, mat, fan, fan. Cap, mat, fan. Do you hear the long A, or the short A, Short A. K, app, at, an, fan. Okay? All right, we'll do two more sets. All right? Rain, chain, plate. Rain, chain, plate. What do you hear, long or short? Long says its name, short says regular sound. Long A. Ain, chain, plate. A. Long A. All right? And last one, you ready? Map, cat, rag. Long A or short? Short says the A sound, right? Very, very good. All right. Super proud of you guys. All right, that is the end of our teacher book. Let me show you in your packet what page you are going to work on today. So much stuff on my table. Okay. Okay, so you are going to do this page today. It has the cake on the front. Does everybody see it? All right, you are going to color the picture if it has the long A sound. So if A says its name, all right? I'm going to read these pictures, and then you're going to color them if it has that long A sound. Are you ready? All right, so we have cake, vase, sun. Pen, gate, game. Next line. Tape, jam, lake. All right. And then on the back, in order for it to be a long A, it has to have his helper E. Okay? So when you're filling this out, you are not only writing the long A sound here, but you have to write the helper E sound there. Once you have your letters filled in, you're going to go back and you're going to sound out those words. Okay? Pretty easy stuff today. Alrighty. that is all that I have for you today. I hope you've had a great morning so far, and that you're ready to start this week and rock that long A sound. Go clean your room. I'll see you tomorrow. I love you. Bye.